Roll call. Gonzalez?
Here.
Mesa Jack? No. Monzon is no. Pelletier, yes. Puzo?
Yes.
Jost?
Here.
Okay, approval of minutes of the regular board meeting. I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of the regular board meeting, June 10th, 2021.
I'll second it.
Do we have any questions? Oh, very good, honey. Any corrections?
Looks good.
Okay. Public comments.
Do you need to vote on it?
Oh, we need to vote on it,
Yeah.
sorry.
All those in favor of approving the minutes from June 10th, 2021, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you.
Ready? Public comments. Nobody's here, okay. President's report, she's not here. Finance. Okay, I'll make a motion to approve the financial statements for June 2021.
I'll second.
I noticed on the check register, Village of Mount Grove IMRF is listed 2 times. It was like paid on June 1st and then June 29th. Is it, we typically only do 2 payments.
Right, it's just because when we cut the check the last time, so the accounting software does it on the day that you do the checks. So if, we happen to not cut it until that day. So,
Same thing with St. Martha's Church then, too.
right, yeah.
Any questions on the cash statement?
Yeah, double sentence, so.
Check register. What are we doing here? Oh. All I want to know is if Third Bank going under.
Are they?
I don't.
What makes you ask that?
Huh?
Are they
Yeah.
supposed to be?
I don't know, they're letting a lot of people go, I hear, and
Oh,
they're
really?
selling the building. The
Well-
big- And that's been on the market for a while, but that's,
Warren Grove, I mean?
yeah, on Dempster.
Yeah. Well, I think they've been trying to sell it since they bought it.
Since they
because-
bought it,
Yeah,
right.
because they've got, when they bought MV, I mean, now they've got
Right.
every other block, it seems like there's a big third now, so they're trying to sell it. Oh, okay. Hello?
Hello.
Hi, Eric.
How you doing?
Good. So we are currently, we called the meeting to order about 5 minutes ago, so we're currently reviewing the financial statement, so. And we're on the check register part.
All right, thank you.
And I've got you on speakerphone, so.
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Has he got them?
He's got, I sent it
Virtually?
Yeah, he should have copies.
Electronically?
Mhm.
Do you have any questions on any of the financial?
No, I looked at it and I'm sure everyone's covered the financial, the check register as a went to
You vote?
Yeah, he said everything was okay.
Okay, we'll vote on the financial reports. Monzon?
Yes.
Pelletier, yes. Puzo?
Yes.
Jost?
Yes.
Gonzalez?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, staff reports, director.
I don't really have anything to add to my written report, those are reports of the department managers. Does anyone have any questions for me? I just saw that I left out that the state of Illinois entered phase 5 of the Restore Illinois plan.
I knew what you meant.
I figured that was the case, so, you know.
Congrats on the first, the grant amount, that's exciting.
Yeah, so that,
$1,000 more.
yeah, that'll be good going forward, so. I have to go back and look at what I said we were gonna spend it on.
Do you have to say what you're going to spend it on when you?
When you apply for, yeah.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah, so, but you can do things like, you can break it up and go, you know, personnel, like if you want to do continuing ed, it will let you, it's pretty, I don't want to say there's a lot of leeway in what you can use it for. You can't use it for capital improvements, like I can't say, oh, I'm going to put it towards the renovation, I'm not allowed to do that.
Right.
But I could put it towards staff training, furniture, you know, that kind of thing. So it's like, you can't use it for anything that's like attached to the building. It's a weird distinction, but yeah. So usually I just try to break it up.
I'm trying to think what you can use it for.
Yeah, no, staff training, programming, you know, anything like that. But I
Right.
can't use it for like capital improvements, I can't use it for a new water fountain, I can't use it for carpet.
Right, because it's a change,
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah,
But you've got till 2020, what does it say?
2022 usually,
Yeah.
because the state is on June, or July 1 through June 30th of this year, so, yeah. But like I said, I usually try to break it up and say, I'm gonna put it towards a variety of different things, so I'm sure I can make sure. And then when you file the per capita, when I make the per capita grant application, when I fill that out, we also have to do an expenditure report for, like, it's usually the two years previous. So this year, when I was applying for the 2021 per capita grant, I did the expenditure report for 2019. And then I indicate how many, you know, what I spent it on and how
Oh, I
much.
see
So,
how that works.
yeah.
Oh, I did have a question about the Adult Services Associate. What is the difference between that title and a librarian? Like,
So-
what is the role change?
So we're not requiring an MLS for the position.
Okay.
We've talked a lot about, you know, the changing role and how reference has changed over the years and the types of questions that are being asked. So that position will solely be on the desk. They won't have any collection development responsibilities, programming responsibilities, that kind of thing. So they'll just be there to answer reference questions, or answer questions at the desk, and they will primarily be at the Info West desk. So they'll also be overseeing the computer room as well. So it's kind of this in-between librarian and computer assistant role, that, you know, when we have the computer assistant. So they will also always be a reference librarian scheduled at the same time. So there'll be a librarian at East if they have to refer something, if something turns into a reference question, you know, it starts up, you know, kind of basic and then it involves that kind of thing. So again, there's been a lot of discussion about just the way the reference has changed over the years, and then also attracting a more diverse workforce. Primarily librarians are white, middle-class women. And so there's been a lot of discussion about, you know, do the people working kind of the front line desks, what kinds of questions are they really answering any longer, and you know, how are we best serving them? So that's kind of the distinction right there. So we'll see how it goes. YS has done it for years. They've had associate positions and librarian positions, no problem. And it's a similar distinction, right? You know, they're on the desk, they don't do programming, they don't do collection development. Those are the two biggest distinctions. So adult just has never had that role, but it makes a lot of sense given the current climate and stuff like that. So,
Sure.
And we can pay them a little less. I mean, you know, because you're not requiring another race and stuff. So the pay scale is the same as the YS associates. So we think it should work. I mean, obviously we're not letting anyone go to do that. It was, you know, through attrition, and it made a lot of sense to look at it with Alyssa leaving. It was a part-time position. So it just seemed like a good way to try it out and see how it went. But both Melissa and I anticipate that it should go pretty well. So we'll see how it goes.
Thank you for explaining that.
Pam, I see there's two employees submitted their resignations.
Mhm.
Didn't we have like 2 last month or 3?
Over the last couple months or so, people have left to take other jobs. Like these two, Carol and Nick, have been here 9 years, I think, maybe a little bit longer. I can't remember exactly. And she left to take a full-time position at Evanston, and then who was the other person?
Sue's retiring.
Oh yeah, Sue Heitkamp is retiring. Sue recently had major back surgery and stuff, and so I think it was just a combination. She also lives quite a bit far away, and so it was it was time for her. So, it's people leave, and she's retiring. She's not leaving to take another position. So, in the tech services,
So we're okay.
We're okay.
Losing-
We're absolutely
It
okay.
seems like a big hit in a short.
Yeah, it's,
time.
people come and go, and, with the pandemic, and we're not back to being as busy as we were. I think eventually that will pick up with the renovation, pandemic, and stuff like that. It didn't make a lot of sense to bring on a bunch of people until everything had kind of calmed down a little bit. So, we'll see how things go over the next couple of months. Helga in particular, because, she had been so integrally involved in helping me out with the renovation stuff and doing all these projecty other things, didn't feel like she was in a good place and didn't need to hire immediately for Sue's position. And then Jeff is increasing the hours of one of his employees to kind of make up the hours for Carolyn's hours. So we should be okay. And then, but, staffing is something that we'll continually monitor. There's significantly fewer staff than before the pandemic. And certainly if the time comes that we find that we need to have more staff, then, we can absolutely hire them. But, as of right now, it just didn't make a lot of sense to bring people on and either have them not be busy enough to, provide them with enough work or, that kind of thing. Or just, as we were not wanting to have a lot of people in the building at the same time anyway, it didn't make sense to hire someone and say, well, we don't have any work for you, or, you're going to work from home, those kinds of things. So, but again, that's some staffing is something that we continually monitor. But we should be okay. But we'll absolutely take a look at all of those things. People love working here. Like Carolyn has always said that, she's had a variety of part-time jobs over the years and has always said that, if she could work here, she would, but, there wasn't a full-time position for her, and, she got something out of it. Yeah, so.
Unfinished business, lower level renovation, anything other than.
You see it?
I signed the check.
It's getting there, it's almost done. Eric, we're anxious for you to get back into the library when you can and see the lower level. It really is amazing, so.
Yeah.
So we still anticipate substantial completion by the end of July. There are some pieces of furniture.
I'm anxious myself.
Yeah, it's so different. I think most of the furniture should be here by the end of July. I don't think we've got anything coming in August. And then the end panels in September. So right now we're working through punch list stuff.
But you're not gonna wait till the end panels come to open?
No, we'll probably do, what we're talking about now is doing a soft opening, probably mid-August. We have to finish getting all the shelving put in and get all the collection back down here. The YS staff needs to get their workstations set up. And then, just kind of make sure that everything is where we want it to be. And then we'll just open and let people start coming down here. And then we're planning, my thinking right now is to do kind of a grand reopening in September sometime.
Oh, okay.
So, have a bigger event and have that kind of thing. So, but yeah, we won't wait until September to open to the public. It's just, we haven't set a date yet. Some of it is just going to be how the next couple of weeks play out with the delivery of stuff and, getting all the shelving and that kind of thing finalized and put together. And like I said, collections where they need to be. So, yeah, so that will probably just announce on our website and around the library.
Right.
Because the August, September newsletter, the renovation stuff is on the front cover and then the first couple of pages, but we don't have a set date, like for a big grand reopening or even a reopening date. But yeah. Yeah, so we'll just kind of have to see, like I said, how the next couple of weeks go, that will determine the exact date and then we'll happen. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for people to see it. And to
Yeah, yeah.
Can't wait, so. Yeah, so like I said, other than that, I mean, things seem to be okay. I mean, we're continuing. Jason has now left. He doesn't come, he's not here all day. Now he's moved on to another library and is there most of the time and then just pops in occasionally to make sure everything is going still. So we're on punch list items now and yeah, so I think we'll probably have, after this pay packet, we'll probably have 2 more. And then we'll be done. So.
Well, it says your balance to finish is,
So, yeah, so it will depend on how the trades get all of their bills into
so if
SMC,
that amount could be split.
Right, exactly. So
Okay.
I'm just, that's based
Plus.
on what Jason was telling me the other day, that he thinks it could maybe be 1, maybe 2 more pay packets,
Oh,
just
okay.
depending on how quickly things get processed and stuff in their office.
Okay, now we have to approve this pay,
The
the
pay
whole
packet.
pay packet. I'm gonna make a motion to approve.
If you just see that it's the June pay
Is
packet.
it just June?
Right, or
June?
pay packet number 5, either one.
Okay, make a motion to approve the June pay packet for SMC
And the amount is
in
this,
the amount of,
is it up there too? Yep.
I can see this one, $213,931.90.
I'll second.
Pelletier, yes. Puzo?
Yes.
Jost?
Yes.
Gonzalez?
Yes.
Monzo? Eric,
Eric?
do you approve the pay packet?
Are you still there, Eric?
Is there?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm here.
Oh.
Yes, approve.
Thank you.
Sorry about that, it's a little, I will mute when I'm not, when I'm listening.
Oh, yeah. We can't see that you're on mute when you're on mute now.
I'll get it right, sorry.
Great, thank you. And all the checks are on your desk, I signed them all this afternoon.
The resolution 2021-05, resolution to adopt a non-resident library fee. Is this new or
We approve this every year. It's-
Okay.
We're required to approve it every year, our participation in the, no, it's the thing we always do every year, yep.
Are there any questions on it? Does anybody have any?
Did you make a motion to approve that?
Oh,
And then we have to
okay.
do is-
I'll make a motion to approve the resolution number 2021-05, resolution to adopt a non-resident library fee.
I'll second that.
Thank you. And we probably should roll call that, Joe.
We will, yep.
Yeah.
One more word, okay. All right, Puzo?
Yes.
Jost?
Yes.
Gonzalez?
Yes.
Monzo?
Yes.
Pelletier, yes.
Great. Yeah, once that's approved, we post it at Rail so that it's just a requirement that we have to.
Oh, because I just remember doing it before now. So
Do you-
every year we have to do this.
Yeah.
But we didn't raise the fee.
Actually, it
Well,
is raised a little
raised
bit because it's based on
on
the
the
method of the
okay,
formula.
yeah,
yeah.
okay.
Do you have any residents?
No. I think.
I was curious.
I wondered about that too.
We do not, because actually I do not believe that there is anyone actually in Morton Grove that is that, we have no unincorporated areas. So there are some areas, there's a very small area that I think is between us and Glenview, and the way the statute reads, it's whatever's closest to your house. So but we could potentially get someone from that very small area.
I was wondering
but-
like if golf, like where did this golf?
yeah, but, yeah, and I don't know where exactly where that area is, but.
It's the village of Hope, but they're
They don't
not,
have library
right?
No, but
They probably go to one.
But yeah.
So depending on
they're
where
in
you're
Glenview
at.
now.
Yeah, or
They're
they
big
were-
split. It used to be, yeah, it used to be half Morton Grove and half, but I'm positive they split because those kids all go to Glenbrook South.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that would be.
So yeah, so I think in the whole time I've been here, I think I've seen maybe one.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, we hardly got any,
That's
but,
curious.
so, you know, we have it there if anyone should, if that, you know, should happen.
Interesting.
Policy approval. Policy.
So the policy committee met with Pam last week, and we reviewed 3 of the policies. Very few changes. In fact, homebound had no revisions. I think naming had only changes for director to executive director. That was it. And then meeting room, which is pretty long, on page 4, we stated the prohibited uses a little bit more clearly, and that was it. But the content itself stayed the same. And that's it, so we'd like approval from the board.
Do we have to approve each one separately?
You can approve them as a group if you want. You need to officially make the motion.
Okay, I'll make a motion to approve the policies, homeward service policy, the meeting room policy, and the naming policy.
I'll second that.
Any roll call down?
Yes. I don't remember where I left off, guys. Jost.
Yes.
Gonzalez.
Yes.
Monzo.
Yes.
Pelletier, yes. Puzo.
Yes.
Thanks.
Okay, what did we decide on the August?
So I kept it on here because at the last meeting, the board decided to cancel the August board meeting, so I just wanted to remind everyone that our next meeting will be in September.
Okay.
And so that kind of leads to the next item on the agenda was because of that cancellation of the meeting, I wanted to know what the board wanted to do in terms of timing of advertising for a new trustee. So,
Do you have any recommendations?
it seems, I mean, I can do it now and we can accept applications for a month if you want, or however long. Or we can wait till, you know, later in July, or, you know, maybe sometime in August and post if you want it to be a little bit more timely. So I can plan on posting something the first week of August.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, and then I'll accept applications for a few weeks, and so that, so I'll accept applications till the end of August, and then, you know, so that we'll have those for the September board meeting for the board to review. So in your packets, I also included the current board candidate questionnaire, which is usually what we put out for people to answer when they first apply. So I wanted to know if everyone was still comfortable with that questionnaire. And then I also included questions that I had given the board, I think when we last appointed someone. So that would be more for your information, or if you want to include any of those questions in the written questionnaire. So just kind of wanted to give you guys.
We just need to update when the next election is.
Yes, I would absolutely do that. So that would be, I would do that. And, but if everyone's comfortable with this questionnaire, I'll go ahead and use it. I just want to make sure that everyone had a
Too
chance to.
intense, because people can run, and we don't even know who's running. This poor person that wants to be trustee has to go through this interrogation for crying out loud, where, you know, anybody can just run.
Right. They have to jump through some hoops. but-
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, yeah, but I mean, they don't have to apply to run.
Okay, so if everyone is comfortable with the questions as they are, that's what I'll use.
Yes.
Has there been any interest at all? Like, has there been?
No one is scheduled
Yeah.
because we haven't.
I didn't know if you were like, oh, if there's an opening.
Yeah, I don't have that.
We
one.
can say something, though.
Absolutely.
Okay.
If you know what's, and
I've already tried to recruit, it's not going well.
It's tough, yes, so, Yeah, you guys are free
Okay.
to talk it up as much as you want, and it would be great if you could do that. But when we do it, we'll put it on our website, we'll put it in social media. It's too late for the print newsletter, but, between, and then we'll post it in the library and that kind of thing, so, hopefully.
Okay.
I know last time, I think when we appointed Tamara, there was a couple other people, so we did have, so it's true. Hopefully there,
Like four.
Right,
might be more
yeah, yeah.
interest this year, but I know for a couple of years it was hard to get people, but it seems like the last few years people have wanted to run, so. Okay, so I'll post this beginning of August, accept applications for a few weeks, and then I'll have everything for the board to review at the September board meeting, and then you can decide who you want to bring in for interviews and next steps.
Communications, this is the official.
Right, so I included the per capita grant award letter. So as I mentioned in my report, it was more this year because they did for the first time in 10, 15 years, maybe even longer, raise the per capita award amount. So that will be nice. So presumably, if the state's finances continue to be in semi-okay condition. It is, Moody's did raise our rating, but it's still, not great. But this will be the amount then that we would get in subsequent years. It should not go back down. So, yeah, usually they do it for the full amount when they can. I think there's only 1 year in the past 10 years or so, 8 or 9 years that I've been a director, that there was 1 year that they halved it because things were really bad, and there was 1 year that we didn't get it. But if everything, all things staying the same, generally, we should get about $34,000 then going forward every year, so that'll be nice. And then I did include a copy of a thank you note from
That's cute.
our
So
little boy to
cute.
the rights department, so.
Fish at the bottom, you think?
I have the original upstairs, I didn't bring it down, I should have, so.
I thought it was a hairdresser too, they did something with like trying to make it move, like.
I don't know.
I don't know, maybe I'm
Oh,
completely
right.
wrong.
I don't know, it's like
Yeah.
a throwy thing. You're
I
doing
thought,
this
I think it was a
I see that
hairdresser,
too.
so, yeah.
Cute.
Because I know like when you put like crayons on a pumpkin and then you use hairdresser tape.
Oh, yeah, that didn't work when I tried it.
It did, and then it got all over the kitchen.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Okay, no public comments. No agenda, we're gonna adjourn.
So,
Wow.
so we're officially adjourned at 7:32.